Oh, that's a nice soft glow. Looks like Luke saved. Luke.
Are you kidding me? You know what would be even better?
What?
If we had
Fire pit right here in front of us. Burn some pallets. How you gonna unplug my? Hey.
All right. Welcome. Welcome to Green Light and Banter.
Indeed.
Yep. Today is November 14th.
It is.
2024.
The year of our Lord.
And today is episode 37.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sure.
Dang it.
There's no way.
Zach told me I should say it with confidence this time, and I just blew it.
We should take Zach's lead. You know?
Man, I had it all ready.
And, I mean, you just delivered with a sense of total non-confidence.
Well, just as I was saying, I was like, is it 36? I think it's 37.
We probably should go back and just get an accurate count. Otherwise,
no, it's a good running count. It is definitely 37.
37. Well, how are you?
I'm great.
Thanks.
Yeah. Did you have a good Halloween?
Sure. I had one trick-or-treater. Well, it was a brother and sister, but
Really?
yeah. You know, people
So that'd be two.
People don't trick-or-treat on streets anymore. It's neighborhoods, churches, the zoo.
I think that's fine.
Yeah.
It's just not a safe world.
No,
Not
it's
like it was.
No, it's not. It doesn't help that I sit on my front porch in a rocking chair with a rifle across my hip.
Do you really?
No.
Hey, I wanted to once again call your attention to our listeners.
My attention?
Yeah, we talked about this. So over the past 28 days, it's changed today a little bit. Geographically, 56% of our listeners are in India.
Well, welcome to our Indian friends.
Yeah. And Indonesia is still up there at number 2.
Where are these great states united? Way down there.
Our third ranked listening group is in Vietnam.
Oh.
And then the United States.
Well,
Followed by the Philippines, Argentina, Brazil, Germany, Canada, and the UK. Actually, the UK, it says 0.0%.
well, they've had a problem with me since 1776.
You think it's the time? Like, it wouldn't be the time.
Listen, I don't think it's anything. I think all this is pure luck that we get any of these listeners.
Yeah, so I would say, thanks for watching.
Yes, thank you for watching.
And probably listening.
And
And I'm quite sure that the most interesting part is the introduction.
It normally is. It's the part I feel most engaged with.
Maybe we should just do intros.
just a show of intros. All right, let's try this one.
All right, that's a wrap.
Beat up, boop, bop, boop, boppity, bow.
You know what? Actually, it would probably be the same.
The same as in the amount of listeners?
The amount of time that
Yeah.
anyone's watching.
Yeah, I mean, isn't it like 35, 40 seconds?
I don't know.
Who knows?
I don't want to say that. That
Okay.
sounds terrible.
It does sound terrible. Oh, heavens.
I told you my reply to something that I thought was a profound statement.
The profound statement that you made?
Yeah, remember I read it to you?
Yeah.
So I can't remember.
I just don't think you can announce a statement that you make as a profound statement, though.
I thought it was.
I mean,
in relation to what was going on.
Do you have it written down there? Are you fixing to regale us with?
Well, it's in a messaging group.
And now, Deep Thoughts by Greg Barnett.
Yeah, let me see if I can find it. So there was a little, well, not necessarily a bit of disappointment by a group, but they had put forth effort to do something, and no one actually came.
Yes, I do remember this.
And so I said, and I quote myself. Do I quote myself?
Which I don't know if you're allowed to do that, but go ahead.
I said the value of something is not always measured in success, but in the joy that is found in the effort.
I'll give it to you. It's a fine statement, but how many responses did you have to it?
I don't think anybody knew how to.
Yeah, I don't think anybody knew how to respond to it.
They were like, what? How? Why?
Or they're like, what?
But I mean, I think that applies to what we're doing.
Explain yourself.
I mean, our level of our measure is the joy we have in doing this.
That's true. Okay, I get what you're saying.
Yeah. So success or not, we've had fun.
Yeah.
And I guess we continue to have fun. I mean, it's an ongoing thing.
Yeah, we've got ideas. You know, we've talked about some things. We'll see where it goes. What's the big deal, huh? Yeah.
Just stick with it, I guess.
This is for you, India. Vietnam, I'm looking at you.
Yeah. Welcome.
Indonesia.
Welcome to a little insight into
How the sausage is made.
To this.
Yes.
Yeah. So we discussed a couple of things we were going to talk about today.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, we did.
We've never discussed anything.
I'm going to set the timer. Okay. Timer started.
Okay.
And so when I do this, that means the time is up. I'm just telling you.
Isn't it a bit late in the game to be coming up with hand signals?
Well, they didn't work. I've done it before, and you're like, why are you pointing at your watch?
Oh, because you didn't establish that beforehand. Okay.
I know, but I thought that was the universal symbol for time is pointing at your watch.
I don't go by universal anything.
Isn't like if you need the check from the, isn't that?
Yeah, you know, I think that's on TV shows because I always go, can I get my check, please? We're ready for it. Yeah. Or it's, okay, who else paying? Jamie's in the bathroom.
I left my wallet in the van.
I left my wallet in the van.
Okay, so a couple of things that we kind of hit upon.
Okay.
I like to make notes. Sometimes I actually even use them. Things that irritate me. Wasn't that was one we discussed?
Yeah.
I mean, we kind of went against tradition and.
I mean, do we have enough time to go over things that irritate me?
Well, no, we have enough time based upon the time we
Universal.
have. Yeah.
Well, I think the best bet on that is to come up with scenarios, and I'll tell you if they irritate me. Because, I mean, 8 out of 10 probably will irritate me.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, the list is so vast.
We've discussed some of these before.
Yeah. Yeah. It seems like every
driving.
episode I come up with things. People probably think I'm the most cranky person on the planet, which I'm not. I think I'm pretty easygoing.
You know what I think it is? I think there at a certain point, at a certain level of intellect, you think about stuff too much. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You know, like if you're blissfully ignorant, things don't bother you as much because you're not thinking about it, you're not aware of it. So what kind of wonderful world would that be?
That if you just let things roll off your back. And
if you weren't intelligent enough to recognize that there were a problem.
Wait. I don't think you can question people's intelligence on that. I say they just have a greater capacity to have a duck's back and have the water roll off of it.
Well, and then there's also an ability you can be irritated but not react to it. Now, my father had a fantastic ability to it was like things never seemed to bother him. You could tell some things bothered him, but he didn't react. Me, opposite.
Yeah.
I have to share, you know.
And I've been told my biggest problem is I have a lot of rules, and I don't ever tell anybody the rules until they're violated.
Oh, so you have these rules that you've created that others don't know about, but they break the rules and then you're irritated by it.
Yeah. One of the biggest ones is one I'm going to violate this weekend. In fact, I violated when we were on this trip recently, my chili rule. I can't eat chili.
Oh, with the temperature.
Yeah, no, I don't think anybody should be able to eat chili unless the high is in the mid to upper 50s.
So you're going to violate it this weekend? Is it not going to be cool enough?
No, it's going to be high 70. I don't see how we're going to digest that chili.
I guess you'll just have to find out.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
But I hear that you make fantastic chili.
Well, I don't like to brag.
But I don't know that I can attest to that fact.
I think I have brought chili in. I think I've even made chili before.
Yeah, I think you have.
When we used to, at the old place.
You brought some in here, did you not?
Yeah.
Mm. Mm-hmm. Do we have shredded cheese?
We always have shredded cheese. That's something we'll always have. Don't question my shredded cheese count.
Oh. So does that irritate you?
What's that?
Shredded cheese.
No, I tell you, shredding cheese does, but I'm told I can't make proper homemade mac and cheese unless I actually shred the cheese.
Well, you know, Zach and I did that. We made this Instapot $1 million mac and cheese, and it almost cost that much to make it. It took about 3 hours to shred 3 or 4 pounds of cheese.
It's ridiculous.
Is there a cheese shredding machine?
Surely.
I think there's a thing. Do you have one of those Cuisinart mixers? The stand mixer?
No, but I have access to one.
So I think there's an attachment you can put on there, and you put your cheese in, and it shreds it out.
Really?
I think so. I mean, I have the sausage making kit for it if we ever want to make sausage.
I'd love to make some sausages. I would. Now that's good. That's a good topic right there.
Sausage making?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to mention this because it's something that you thought you might do, or we might do. The hot sauce thing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I can't remember the kid's name now. We found a kid on Instagram.
I think you shared it.
Yeah.
So the idea is
we're going
that
to want to reach out to him.
we want to get
He says CP.
oh, it's called crippling hot sauce.
Yep.
Crippling hot sauce. So he's got limping, crippling, agony.
I mean, I want nothing to do with agony.
So he's got different ones. What does he have? How many different ones does he have?
I'd like to get them all and do like a knockoff of the Hot Ones show.
Well, here you go. Here are 5. You got crippling agony, which is hot. What does this one say? I can't read it the way it's set up here. Oh my gosh. Oh, one of them is special treatment, and then life's a beach. Life's a beach? Yeah. Not gluten-free. Well, this is riveting.
We know my hot sauce theories are
Oh, here it is. Just for the parking.
just for the part. That's clever.
Limping and crippling agony, plus the 2 limited edition legends, special treatment, and life's a beach.
So the kid, he's got cerebral palsy. He's created his own company, and basically is using puns from his condition to.
It looks good.
Yeah, I'd like to try them. I'd like to try them all. I'd like to have them on. Although, my thought on hot sauces are, I'm not a piping hot sauce kind of guy. Too many people will say, oh, yeah, the hotter the better. Let me just say, heat is not a flavor.
No.
It's a temperature. And it knocks my taste buds out of whack.
So his name is Drew.
Andrew.
Welcome to the Crippling Hot Sauce, a great tasting comical spin on traditionally boring hot sauce brands. So he's on Instagram under Crippling Hot Sauce. He's got 51,000 followers on there. But there's also a link to his company website where you can buy the sauce. So Jamie's idea was to do the tasting on here.
Yeah.
I think if we do that, we're going to have Randy Ferris on.
We'll call Randy up, yeah, or Rob.
Rob and his riveting commentary.
That's good hot sauce.
Mm-hmm. All right, so that's a little plug there. Mm-hmm. Irritating things.
Yeah.
I mean, there's too many.
Yeah, that's my point. I can't list what irritates me because I'll be irritated by 6 different things on my way home.
Okay, well, set that aside. So the other thing we were going to talk about as a possibility was people from your childhood.
Oh gosh.
the characters from your childhood. Now, if we talk about this, you have to talk in generalities.
Yeah, you can't use names.
No.
Are you thinking of the one I've told you earlier?
That wouldn't be nice.
Yeah, no.
So, Jamie told me about one kid in his class. What grade? Elementary school?
I think first grade, second grade.
Okay, first grade, elementary school. So, 7, 8 years old. That time of life when kids are just trying to figure things out and fit in. And he told me about one kid, and I swear there's one of these kids in everyone's life.
Oh, absolutely.
So they would do things, outrageous things, to get attention.
Yeah,
and maybe disgusting.
Yeah, yeah.
So
So this kid in my class, we had this teacher who she'd have a desk beside her desk, a student's desk, and so it essentially was time out, I guess. So he kept cutting up during class, and I was sitting in the back. He got moved by the teacher's desk, and I'm sitting there listening to the lesson, and I start hearing just somebody breathing deeply, and I turn around and see him buried. She had a bunch of changes of shoes by her desk.
The teacher had shoes.
Yeah. So he had one of her tennis shoes. I mean, face planted in that shoe. I mean, deep breaths. And I'm like looking at him going, what the heck are you doing? And the kid, God bless him, he had Coke bottle glasses. So, the eyes were just huge. I don't know if people out there have ever seen the show Trailer Park Boys, but it's much like Bubbles glasses. But I look back at him, and he sees me look, and he just removes the shoe from his face and goes, I love the smell of feet. And I just turn around like, oh my gosh, man. I just look back up at the teacher like, I cannot believe this guy's behind me.
Was this what caused you to have the foot aversion?
No, I don't have a foot aversion. I just don't have a foot
affinity.
Affinity, yeah.
You're just neutral.
I'm neutral on it. They're a functionality piece of body that.
I thought you were. I thought you had an aversion to it.
No,
you just don't want to see it.
I just don't. It's nothing that I'm not like. Wow, that's a nice set of feet on you. It's like, oh, you got feet. Congratulations, I do too. They help us stand. I can't believe we're back on the feet.
Not everybody has feet, though.
No, and I feel bad for those people.
So some of our new subscribers, you may want to go back into the archives
No, you don't.
to like, was that episode one or two?
One or two, yeah.
So we talked about feet, foot models or something.
Because you were wondering how somebody could make a living online doing that.
Yeah.
And I was like, in my world, nobody would make a living online.
I know, but people make a lot of money doing
People make
this
a lot
stuff.
of money online doing things like this. Yeah.
I mean, you have hand models,
Yeah.
so
Yeah, I'm sure for shoes. I'm sure.
toenails
Yeah.
model.
Yeah.
What any other interesting characters?
Oh,
You always had the kid that was like always ready for sports. It's like he was dressed for sports. Like he had his baseball uniform on,
Yeah.
always had a baseball glove,
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
I had buddies like that. Oh, yeah.
carried
I
their
was
glove everywhere.
I was probably close to being one of those.
Well, I tried that, because you have to get your glove broke in.
Oh,
So
man.
the more you work it, you put the ball in there, put the oil on it, wrap it up.
Let me tell you, my nephew is big into baseball, and so I'll talk to him about it a lot because the nostalgia to me of my glove.
You still have your glove?
We have a lot, I think all of my gloves, but the strings, there's nothing. There's not a steak. There's not a burger. There's nothing. A good salad that tastes as good as your straps on your baseball glove. I would sit there and just chew on them.
Yeah, but weren't they like leather salt or something? Salty leather.
I'm sure your sweat was on it and everything. And I'd talk to my nephew, be like, do you ever chew on your, he's like, oh yeah, all the time. It's like universal.
That's how you got your electrolytes.
That's right. That's right. We had Gatorade gum and then our baseball gloves.
That's all you needed.
Yeah.
Gatorade gum.
You remember the Gatorade gum? Oh man.
Make your jaws hurt right here.
They're starting to salivate right now just thinking about that. I'd chew on some right now if I had it. And then I love the Gatorade in a can. You kids with your plastic bottles don't
I
know.
love the glass bottles.
Glass bottles were great, but something about Gatorade out of an aluminum can.
Yeah.
It's so expensive though.
Yeah, we looked that up.
Oh, that's right. We did, didn't we? Yeah.
We did.
Yeah, but no,
I don't like plastic.
no, it's terrible.
I wish you could go to the grocery store and not have to buy anything in plastic.
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
Wouldn't that be like a Fresh Market or?
Boy, with inflation though, could you imagine the cost of all that?
Yeah, because it's the shelf life is significantly reduced, and you're not able to put all those chemicals and stuff in it
Yeah.
that maintain that preservation in the plastic.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'll eat the plastic.
All right, so there was always, there was always a girl in your class that was like 7 feet tall.
The ones that sprouted really early.
Like they were just massively tall.
And man, they were wonderful.
They were?
Yeah, in elementary school, those are the ones I fell in love with. They'd be your girlfriend for like 4.5 hours or something, and then
Yeah, and then they would forget your name.
yeah. And then something about something I was just thinking about with kids growing up, and I don't think it's probably like this anymore because I watched a video the other day that kind of touched on this, but and it's gonna sound terrible, but scabs.
Scabs?
Scabs.
What are you talking about?
I'll tell you what I'm talking
Like
about.
wounds?
Yeah, on your elbows and your knees. It was a badge of honor when I was coming up.
Like this big gash in my hand?
Yeah, but we're in our late 40s and early 50s now. It's just painful. But when I was a kid, going into school, if you had the most crusty, pussy scabs on your knees from sports or elbows, oh man, the girls loved that. I used to have this buddy Curtis.
They did?
Yeah, this buddy Curtis I grew up with. We were always so jealous because he always had these just disgusting scabs on his elbows and knees, and
What was he doing?
just diving for baseballs, wrecking his bike. Yeah. It was a sign. There's a movie. It's got the guy that played Frodo, Elijah Wood, and I think it's that movie with Mel Gibson.
Elijah Wood?
Yeah.
Is that his name?
Yeah.
Just continue. I'm just.
Well, I mean, you just derailed the flow of that story.
Sorry.
He was trying to talk to a girl in his school, and he started bragging about his scabs. And I was like, boy, that's my middle school right there. We would absolutely do that. You never did the
Scab bragger.
you weren't a scab bragger? A
I don't remember that being a thing.
Oh man, girls loved that for some reason. It was
Maybe
disgusting.
Maybe that's the city girls.
I remember one time I wrecked my buddy's bike so bad. It was one of those where you're holding back the tears and all your friends are coming. Are you okay? You're like, yeah, can we just kick back to riding? Because I took a turn way too fast. I mean, it was one of those where you rolled. The scabs, though, I was like Don Juan.
Is that why you're so popular in school?
I was so popular in school because I'd let it go. Disco dancing. No, I don't know. I don't think I was popular in school, really. I mean, everybody liked me, but, I wasn't like Joe Cool.
But as a kid, you just don't have a clue about like what people really think of you. I don't think so.
Well, you go look at my annuals.
With all the writing, I can't get this microphone set. So
It's
I'm giving up.
insanity to me right now.
I know. I was trying to put it up here and capture the sound so I could lean back,
Yeah.
be in a restful position. But I just think, I don't know. I guess some kids do know, but then they become conceited.
Mm-hmm.
So I never even thought about it.
No,
honestly.
no.
I was like, I didn't care.
Uh-uh.
Like I did my own thing. It's like I don't care what you think.
Yeah,
But I did.
I don't think I cared at all. Well, I mean, I wasn't one of those that think of me what you will. I don't care. That's
what all the cool kids say.
That's what they say, but every last one of you that's ever said that cares immensely. Every last one. There's not somebody out there. Oh, now there's some out there that you see that aren't the cool ones that don't care, and you can tell by the way they're presenting themselves. No, they don't care.
They really don't.
Yeah, and I'm not going to get into specifics of it because I don't want to, but. Yeah, the ones that say, "Oh, I don't care what people," and then they're showing up just put together and all that. Yeah, they care.
You spent like 3 hours getting ready.
Yeah, you absolutely care. But
I think you should be concerned.
Yeah,
concerned with your appearance.
Yeah,
concerned with your actions.
How you treat people.
Yeah, I just don't think. In general society now, people care too much about their reputation. They're more concerned with instant fame and making money. I mean, there's things that people do now that if you had done 100 years ago, you'd be blacklisted.
Oh, the things that these I hate the word. Those influencers do where they go out and prank people. How is people not getting flattened? I don't understand how they'll go out and mess with people in public.
Like people they don't know?
Yeah. And then people are just taking it. I guess people are just scared of confrontation, too.
Well, people are surprised by it, and they don't know how to react, I think. And probably they don't have time to react. That may be it.
I guess so.
I got to get back on this.
Good.
All right, so what other kid? So there was always the kid that was like, I don't know, like the book nerd, the comic book kid.
Yeah. Every comic book kid I knew, it was just a passing. It wasn't a big thing. Like I had a friend, Jeff, and I'd go over to his house, and he'd have some comic books, and I'd read them, but we weren't comic book kids.
You read the comic books?
I read, when I'd go over to his house, I'd read The Punisher and Wolverine stuff.
Mm.
And
Do you still have comic books?
I never have had comic books.
You just read other people's?
Mm-hmm.
See, I never read mine.
Just bought them to.
I collected them.
No, the only things I collected growing up was I collected baseball cards.
Yeah.
And then, boy, that was an extensive collection.
Do you still have it?
Yeah. They're not worth anything now. The market's so flooded.
I've got a few that I think are pretty valuable if I would take the time to get them graded.
Well, I mean, the comic book industry and the baseball card industry really thrived after the war, because that's when things became valuable because of paper rations.
Well, and there was limited production, right?
Yeah, paper rations, and kids would put their baseball cards in their bikes and
Just destroy them.
yeah. So the amount of mint condition cards and all that was very limited. Then people started saying, "Well, these are worth something." Then everybody was like, "Oh, I'm gonna get into comic books. I'm gonna get into collecting baseball cards." Well, now there's
So the ones that are valuable are the old ones, and really the new ones, there's not much value.
so
to
much
any of them.
mass production. There's
So what era would you think? Probably about the time we started collecting in the 80s.
and that was about the tail end of it.
So I mean, some of my oldest baseball cards are from the 70s.
Yeah, I had a bunch of 70s.
And then comic books, I have a bunch of comic books from the 80s. But I have some older ones.
Yeah,
They're like worth a quarter.
I don't think I have any.
I've got a massive amount of baseball cards though.
I mean,
I have a box that I've never even looked at them.
oh, I have a couple unopened sets, and
Yeah, I've got some from the early 80s, like
Yeah.
81, 82.
my earliest unopened set, 1984 tops, I believe, because it had Don Mattingly's rookie card. And when I was young, that was worth $25. Now it's probably worth $1.40.
What would you say if you have a card that's valuable, the most valuable card you have?
Jerry Rice's rookie card.
I had Lynn Swan's rookie card, and my mom threw it away.
Oh, man. Well, I traded one Bo Jackson rookie card for a box of football cards, like a shoe box. And it had 2 or 3 Jerry Rice rookie cards, a couple Reggie White rookie cards. It's a good deal. I made.
Really?
Yeah.
So it's more of just you just have them. They're not really worth anything.
Dan Marino rookies.
I guess the one I have that's probably most valuable is Mickey Mantle, probably like 57, 56, 57.
Oh, heck, yeah.
Not his rookie year, but 1 or 2 years afterward. So if it were graded, I think it would be worth, I forget, I've looked, several $100s maybe.
Good. Well, how are we on the time?
We're good. We've not expired.
How is that possible?
It's real close though.
Okay.
Well, this was like another meandering episode.
Yeah, because we got completely off topic.
Well, I felt like you didn't want to talk about things that irritate you.
Well, after a while, people think all I do is complain.
Well, that's my family. That's what they think. I mean, I guess that's true.
Yeah.
That's, as I was saying earlier, I felt like I've come off the rails on my behavior.
You'll get back on it. Hey, you're fine, kid. You're fine.
I mean, you coming off the rails, getting back on rails is pretty tough.
It is.
I mean, you need like a heavy lifting machine and, putting the train back on the rails.
It ain't easy. It ain't easy.
I don't think it is.
Well, I feel like we're spinning.
Hey, you didn't even talk about the green screen.
Yeah. Northern Lights.
The Aurora
Borealis.
are there southern lights?
Maybe.
Are there things like this in the southern hemisphere?
I don't think.
I bet there is.
It's all a matter of magnetism. I'm not sure.
Well, the South Pole is magnetized like the North Pole.
I have no clue. Be worth a...
Maybe we should ask some of our subscribers from the southern hemisphere.
That's right.
Like-
Argentina.
Is India in the southern hemisphere?
No. There's I don't know.
I think it is.
Oh, I
It's
don't.
south of the equator.
Okay.
Wouldn't that be the southern hemisphere?
Probably.
Philippines is. Thailand?
I could bring a globe.
Indonesia is definitely southern
Yeah.
hemisphere.
Yeah.
Vietnam?
Yeah, I mean, they're
Close
down
to the equator.
Yeah, they're down there. They're down there.
All right, well, let's get out of here.
Yeah, let's do
You probably
this.
have
I'm gonna go eat some dinner.
dinner to get to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
People make dinner plans.
indeed.
All right.
All right.
Until the next time.
Later.
Hey.